of it.
Oh
Like he was literally
shit.
killing all tier 2 towers by 16 minutes.
Yeah, I've seen it before. It's really strong. It's like one wave, you push down the towers.
Indeed.
Insane.
Yeah, and it was basically a perfect Jakiro game, but RC4 kind of brought them to the brink. But it's all culminated to this 2 full days of Dota 2 action, and you're here for the grand finals, most likely to support the RC that you're from. We have RVRC, the longtime champs, versus USP. Now, according to what I know, it is 3 years in a row that these two schools have faced off. Usually, so it's nothing new for them. They are expected to be in the grand finals, and here they are. Of course, the rest of the schools, Tembusu, Yale NUS, and RC4, put up good fights, but not good enough to stop history from repeating itself. Now, can USP take this win in the grand finals? After what I've seen so far, even though the first game in the group stage they lost out to RVRC, they've kind of strong-armed them in the subsequent match, and maybe they can do it here again.
Yeah, hopefully they can. I mean, it'll be nice to see someone new win the tournament. USP, we've seen a few games from them, pretty strong showings, and I'm just excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, I think we were talking about this early on as well. We were yet after coming out from yesterday, we were just thinking, man, this USP and RVRC matchup's gonna be fire. We already got one iteration of it, and now we have a beautiful best of 5.
Alright, so starting band, Spearbreaker, Timber. As usual, Timber band for Baba, right?
Yeah, literally no one wants to give him his timber. I'm interested if they'll ever like. So here's the thing with best of 5s, right? I mean, we've all watched TI, and the whole thing with TI is that you can come into the game like banning out who you think are the biggest threats, right? As we saw in recent TI 10, it was collapse on the Magnus, right? You first ban it, but then because of that, you let in a lot of other potential picks, and the priority in these picks tend to evolve over the duration of the best of 5. So it's gonna be interesting. We might even reach a point where Timber is let through, which would be super cool to see.
Yeah, I'm kind of hoping they'll let him through. I mean,
Yeah, I want to
what
see
are the
what this
chances?
band's all about, right? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I'll see how I can do this Timber. I mean, who knows? He might not even be able to do much depending on how they draft around it.
Yeah, if they let it
So,
through, I'm sure they have a plan for it. Of course, for now though, they're just gonna completely avoid it. They banned out the Ogre, so this is a target ban towards Vetra, who has been doing phenomenally on the Ogre. It's not something you usually hear, but okay, cool. So RVRC usually start their banning phases off in the earlier stages, banning out OD and Bane. Now, OD is still available in the pool and usually gets banned out by the second phase. So if they want an OD, they're gonna have to grab it here.
yeah, but I find the Spirit band pretty interesting. Leonidas one trick, is it?
Yeah, Leonidas one trick. So throughout the entire game so far, like the games that have happened so far, right? When they won, this was the band that they started with. They forced Leonidas onto another position 4. I believe it was playing Dark Willow, and it didn't work out for them. And there it is. Okay, so we already saw this before. They picked the Rube to not only deny the Bane, you can still grip really, really strong, but it basically protects their OD as well. Because one of the strongest picks against this OD is the Bane Rubik, and we've already seen that combo come out before. Now, it wasn't necessarily from RVRC, but they get their hands on the Night Stalker for Baba. This is a highly contested pick and usually follows up the ban. So, like, what usually happens is Night Stalker and Timbersaw are banned, and then they pick Leonidas of Spirit first. Now that Night Stalker is available, and really, they pick it up in the first phase because they know they're not going to get it again. And the thing about Night Stalker is he eats heroes like Rubik and OD alive.
Yeah, I'm quite interested to see how he plays this Night Stalker. It's gonna have huge impact in the game. Yesterday we only saw the Night Stalker getting banned, so unfortunately I didn't get to see what he could do. But it seems to be a comfort pick. They pick it immediately in the first phase.
Yeah, and being Night Stalker, just such a nice combo, like inherently, right? Because Night Stalker, you really kind of provide so much vision for your team, and it's kind of it basically helps the Bane play, right? Because how Bane wants to play is he wants to sit far away, he wants to cast his spells, get the setup, get the grip from somewhere that they can't touch him, and a Night Stalker is gonna help them with that because in the nighttime, when you have so much unobstructed vision, you can just grip from God knows where, and the Rubik's gonna have a hard time trying to get that cancelled.
Yep. And now they're banning Razor. And I guess they don't want a Razor to counter the Night Stalker. I kind of like Razor as a counter, but yeah, it's a good thing they banned him out. I'm curious to see what USP are gonna ban now.
I think the Razor pick is it's quite solid because in the previous time that they lost, it was Rip Rat who actually picked the Razor, and the Razor just kind of locks out so many potential carry picks as well, right? Like can really run down the Night Stalker in the early stages as well, and it's not going to be an easy lane for him in like the first 5 minutes before nighttime hits. Now it looks like they're focusing a lot of their bans on the Kyoko, the Puck, and the Ember Spirit ban as well. Maybe just heroes they think can run over this OD in lane, because the one time that we saw USP get their hands on this OD, it was in the hands of Excel. Excel is their mid player basically, so.
Yeah. Wait, Excel is it Muhammad Excel?
Yeah, no, that's his actual name. We thought they were trolling, but
His name is actually Muhammad Excel, like New Life.
yeah, yes,
His name is Excel,
yes,
like on his IC.
yeah, like the sheet.
Oh my god, that's
Yeah,
that's excellent. And
so we thought they were being like they were just memeing it up, right? But that's actually his name. Like he's actually just Malay.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
What do you
I know,
mean?
the thing is, I don't know his real name, but like
Ah.
I don't know his real name for sure. But what I'm told is that he is Malay and that is his real name. That's all I know. Now whether that's true or not, that's another question.
Okay, real shit. If his name is actually Excel, God bless you, man.
Yeah, I mean he has 3
Yeah.
girlfriends and can play the guitar and obviously play Dota to a very high degree. So
He already blessed,
yeah.
something else blessing him.
Yep.
Alright. A lot of reserve time taken by RVRC during the banning phase. What's that about?
I always think that the second phase is the hardest because that's where you kind of need to dictate like a bulk of what your draft is gonna do, right? I think pressure is really on the team that picks first because you're giving away so much information about what you are planning to do. Now, I mean, a lot of the time, some people they like to opt for a bit more masked picks. What I mean by that is a very general looking draft. So when we see stuff like Ogre Grim, it could go aggressive, it could go like 4 protect 1 because they just want to buff out one guy or something like that. The OD Rubik is a lot more one-dimensional in what they do though.
Yeah, actually, I just realized something
Yeah.
from what I mentioned yesterday.
Uh-huh.
They didn't pick 2 supports in the first phase.
Yeah. They're
Don't you
listening,
think it-
Jerry.
I don't know if they're listening to me. They could not care what I say, to be honest. I'm only like 3K.
Alright, no need to embarrass yourself in front of the audience.
Hey,
No, as in, no, but it does make sense because, like we said, Baba is such a high impact player for the side of RVRC. If they can get their hands on a hero that fits him very well, of course they will. But they do secure the Grimstroke OD, double lift, double lift, double imprison, double fate bolt, whatever spell Rubik steals. From the Night Stalker and the Bane, they're all surprise, surprise, single target spells that can also be amplified by Grimstroke. Now, the one thing I'm not seeing right now is the Inkswell target, but as Grimstroke, you have so many tools to play around that. Even if you don't have an Inkswell target, it's not the end of the world.
yeah, I was wondering who's going to be the person that helps with the ink cell, but I guess they don't really need
Stay tuned for the rest of the draft. Dun, 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 dun.
I mean, yeah, they don't really need someone to make the most out of Incel, right? It's with just the out and his first 2 abilities comboed with the Ruby and OD, like you said, it's really strong.
The one thing I'm just concerned about right at this present moment is like I feel like they're gearing up for a very, very non-committal fight. Like they don't want to be running in. They just want to cast their spells, chip at you, like put you in a weird spot. And I feel like RVRC with this silencer pick, they are basically saying like, we're gonna run at you and shut you up and you can't do anything about it every single time we have Global Silence and Night Stalker ulti up. So it's a lot more kind of, we're gonna fuck you kind of situation from RVRC. While
You can't stop me.
yeah, and USP is more of like a,
Oh, yeah, it's a very aggressive draft. Oh man, just gonna run at them, slow them, burst them down. Oh, they're gonna need some big picks, probably a centaur or flame would be.
Do you think this is a mid sky?
Mid sky.
Because I feel like mid sky is one of the heroes that can actually chunk out OD and beat him in lane and probably like pressure him out of that early meter timing, right?
I mean, I'm not a mid player, so I wouldn't know.
I feel like mid sky, yeah, but I play a bit of Skyref myself, and I feel like Skyref is just okay, Kamka is the pick for them There's the tanky frontliner, and there's the Inkswell target as well. And adding on to the theme of like relatively low committal, right? You can X-mark someone and torrent them and set up for so many of the spells coming out from Rubik, Grim, and OD.
You might got real soft for a second.
I pushed it away because I'm eating ramen.
God damn it, man. Come on, that was a big break. You could have shoot me in the ass.
Oh, sorry. Okay, but what do you think about this Silencer Skyriff? It feels like a very one-dimensional draft though. I feel like they keep weaving themselves into this kind of right now they just lack objective pressure, right? So they're Believer, he's gonna have to draft something for himself that really kind of rounds it out. We saw him pick up the Troll previously, and that gave them a lot of objective taking, but it couldn't stand up to the Razor last pick. Razor is banned now though, and so is Ricky and PA for the side of RVRC. USP, they most likely will be looking at banning out more safe laners. The Lifestealer is their first choice. Maybe a Jug as well to follow up. I don't know how good Jug is here though, but it would be very nice for the Grimstroke to Inkswell, I guess.
Yeah, it's not a bad combo. But I don't know if they want to pick a Jug.
Right, so much silence, right? And instant
so much
disable and
silence.
grip as well.
Yeah, the Jug might just die without being.
Yeah, like
seen.
straight up just die. Of course, they
Just
have some
die.
pretty good save, right? They have OD with the Imprison, and they also have like I think Grimstroke can get the shard and get the dispel, right? So that could be quite useful. If he has a dispel himself, like maybe like a Greaves or like Yules, and then he comes down, pops the dispel onto his allies. But it still feels like so much time for RVRC to just kind of like destroy them.
Yeah. I mean, okay, obviously definitely just wants to run at you, burst you down. But if the tables are turned, how are you gonna deal with it? Because Bane, I guess, might make someone run away. The two aren't that mobile. They'll probably just get run down.
Yeah, it feels like both teams have a lot of squishy backline casters right now, right? The similarities are there. There's a Silencer, Skyriff Mage, and a Bane. On the other side, you have Rubik, OD, Grimstroke, all heroes that can really contribute pretty decently to a mild skirmish and toss out spells from afar. And you have, as their tanky frontliner, a Night Stalker and in response. So, just kind of same but different for both drafts. I think the last pick will really dictate how they get to play, right? Because Faceless Void is the pick. I kind of like it because they have a lot of damage to pump into the Chrono. They don't really... I wouldn't say that Faceless Void is that strong, but you never know. This could be a Kanka carry as well. So we're not entirely certain. It could still be a Kanka mid, OD off lane, Kanka mid. Like, it's still very flexible. In terms of what USP are looking for. But RVRC, they're gonna ban the jump out themselves. So they're scared of the jump pick.
You know what I think is a decent pick?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a PL is not a bad pick.
Oh! Who is he? What the fuck? Yo!
Hey, what's the one? It's something, right? Hey,
Geronimo, baby. He's gonna be here all night, baby. What the fuck? Okay, well, with that
I
said...
could just leave. That was the best thing I'm gonna do all night.
Alright, calm down, man. Okay, guys, I am going to start a prediction after the draft. Who is gonna think... Okay, RVRC. Who win game 1? Bet your points.
You know what?
You
I'm kind of
cowards.
hoping that they'll go for 5 games.
Yeah, me too. Ooh, a gyrocopter. Okay, guys, we have 1 minute to start your predictions. Got it. Okay. Who win G1? Go, go, go. Okay, go, go, go. Okay.
I'm not sure how to feel about
Go,
this
go,
gyro
go,
pick.
go, go. Okay, who is this best of 5? Praying for Yi Hui and Tristan, no more tilt gaming. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, real shit. It kind of feels like if I were them, I would be a bit tilted after that game, after the games that they played. But now we're gonna have a bit of a prediction going on. Y'all can put in the chat who y'all think will win game 1. Now, I'm gonna redact this. Let me see whether I can... Yeah, let me see whether I can redact this. I think because people are on a delay, right? So let me delete and return points. Okay, let me try that again. Start prediction. RVRC, and then who's another team? USP, yeah. Who wins? Smile. Submission period has to be 5 minutes because we're not sure when they're gonna be done with that drafting bit. But yeah, okay, so 5 minutes to submit your points. Of course, you all can bet later on, but we're into game number 1 of the grand finals. You've waited long and hard for this, and we have too. It's been 2 long, painful, action-packed Dota 2 days of 60-minute games, non-stop, pain in the ass. I've just been casting it non-stop, but thank you, Jerry, for joining us for this one. And we're gonna have more Dota action for you very shortly as I turn up the music, turn down the music rather. Let me just, there we go. Okay, but we are into game number 1. Let me introduce the sides. I don't suppose you would want to introduce anyone, so I'll do it myself. RVRC in the captain's role and in the crucial carry of this game has picked a PL for himself. Can he overwhelm them? In the mid, it's Kyoko playing another funky hero, the Silencer. Probably a really strong hero at the start of the patch, but sort of fallen off. Not really seen mid quite a lot. We're gonna have to see what he can do with it. Of course, we have Baba on his signature Night Stalker, a terror-filling pick for sure, and we're gonna see why it's so feared. Of course, Leonidas forced off the Earth Spirit and a bit more flexibility today on Skyf Mage position 4. Now, there isn't really a setup for him to drop the Mystic Flare, but still going to be very strong with the magic damage. Last but not least, we have Shisui on the Bane, showing up for today's games. Not so much yesterday, but we'll see whether he can clinch another Grand Finals for himself. Now, on the other side, we have Muhammad Excel on the mid Kanka. We have Rip Rap Trip Trappin on the early fight though. A bit of miscommunication, sleeping up Excel, so the arcane concussive shot is not gonna hit. Some early trading back and forth, Rip Rap. Not scared at all, and yeah. So, like I said, Rip Rap is gonna be on that carry Gyro. A lot of work for him to do, but if any hero can do it, it's this Gyro. Ill Eagle will be on the position 5 Grimstroke. And we have in the offlane Washed Up on the OD, and last but not least, we have Vector playing that Rubik. So,
Thanks for introducing everyone. I can't do that shit.
yeah, I know. Yeah.
Hey,
Yes,
thanks
no
for
worries, no worries.
So, that's kind of an interesting starter in the lane, top lane. Sentry placement, the counter. It seems like they've been watching each other's game, know what they're gonna do.
Yeah, so obviously both teams had quite a lot of time to prepare, and they're showing it here for sure. Now, well, this is, you're not a mid laner, right? But doesn't Kanka just kind of eat the dick against the Silencer? Like, I feel like most of the time as a Kanka, you have pretty favorable lanes into a lot of mid heroes. But Silencer is going to be one of these heroes that can just chunk you up over and over with the last word.
Yeah, definitely feels like it already. He's half HP in the first wave. He's gonna get... Oh, nice little point. But yeah, I'm not sure how he's gonna play this. If I were a good mid laner, I could probably say something, but I don't. So
Alright, thank you for that. Meanwhile, we're seeing Believer tank a bit of damage in the bot lane, and that's to be expected, right? So much harass coming out from the Arcane Orb and the Fate Bolts, no less. Magic damage is the PL's worst enemy in the early game, and wouldn't be surprised to see him get something like a Hood, right? You have so much magic damage coming out from the Kanka, the Gyro, and the Grim. Basically, everyone can just pump it down and pump it all in your face, and Believer, I'm sure he's not a fan of that.
Oh, a lot of trading going on in the lane. A lot of spells being casted. Both of USP and the top lane have no mana at all.
Oof.
Who's there? I mean,
Yeah.
but who do you think, little prediction, who do you think is going to get first blood in these lanes?
I think it has to be, I would bet that it is literally going to be this somewhere in this top lane. Now, I don't know who's going to get it, but just based off the mana values right now, I think the second it hits nighttime, Baba's going to kill him.
Hey, $2 there.
Hey, shut up, lah. You got yeah, anyways, we are now, I mean, relatively quiet laning stage, and it's what we expected, right? Both these teams are really good at trading back and forth, but in terms of not really the traditional kill lanes that you expect. Maybe the closest one is, like I said, the Grimstroke and the Gyro, but without any mana to work with, they don't actually do quite a bit. A nice little stroke of fate to deny the range, and ooh, okay. I mean, you could see the thought process there. Leonidas was trying to return the favor onto the range creep, but they don't manage to get it because Rip Rap draws the angle, and very nice.
Alright, we're both support players, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel about Skyras getting now talismans in lane?
I don't mind it because
I hate it.
Okay, so what is the option though?
I'll just go for straight boots or, like a Urn or Bessie,
Right, for me, it's just like, if I have now tallies, I'm doing so much more damage with each of my spells, and the thing is, I don't even max Arcane Bolt. Like, you know, some Skyref mage position force, right? They like to max Arcane Bolt. I think that's so stupid. The slow from Concussive is insane, actually.
Yeah. That concussive is where it's at, man. I always max out concussive first. That shit's too strong. Get that shit out of the trees. They're not gonna get any magic stick charges. You max out Arcane Bolt, they're gonna just counter a magic stick. You're not gonna do much.
Yeah. I think the days of like what oh, okay, a bunch of people actually voted for RVRC to win though, so feels good, man. Yeah,
Feels
but
good, man.
okay, so just some RVRC fans in chat, it appears, but yeah, like you said, the days of like Skyref Mage maxing Arcane Bolt are like kind of over. You kind of see it if it's mid, but apart from that, the concussive shot is just way too strong, right? The slow is, I mean, it doesn't continue to scale, but the damage just can really chunk those, chunk them babies out. Oh,
Big
nice.
chunk.
Yeah, nice TP from Baba, nice recognition there, knowing that the Inkswell is going to take a while to pop and gets himself to safety. He has 30 seconds left to survive before it's nighttime and he can kind of reign supreme. But Rip Rap is not letting up, making the most use of this time. Yeah, they're just harassing him down, making sure he can't stand in this lane. Even if it's nighttime, it doesn't matter if you don't have any HP, right?
Yeah, that's a big feels bad for a Night Stalker. You wait the whole day just to not do anything at night. Feels you bad.
Is that your
The first nighttime is the most important, I feel, when you're playing Night Stalker. That's when you have the most aggression. You're so strong, you can just run at these heroes, but if you have nothing, there's no way you can do
Oh, 3 seconds until nighttime. Baba could come online right here. Has a mango to work with, and the side of USP now, they need to be careful. It's what me and my friends call the stalking phase, right? Night Stalker is in his name. His whole hero is defined into two very clear phases. You're either at the walking phase or the stalking phase. Of course, this is very clearly derived from his own voice line, where he goes Day Walker, Night Stalker. As you can see, the current time is 4 minutes until day, indicating that it is night, and therefore this Night Stalker is currently in the stalking phase. Now what this means is that he will be creeping around trying to get kills just like a normal stalker here. Do you think he's gonna be able to get anything?
from this first nighttime.
No, from this first stalking phase, Jerry. I just explained it.
stalking.
You're not keeping up.
Dude,
Here
I
he
was
comes.
just thinking, he kept
He's-
saying creeping. I was
No.
imagining him doing the creep walk, you know.
I mean, he is creeping up on this Gyro, but Gyro's fighting right back. Inkswell, my friend, you don't have any flying vision at the moment. The Rocket's gonna find him. Rip Rap falling a little low, has the fairy fight to work with as well, and pops him a first blood off the map. They get a double kill in the top lane though. Vector grabs it for himself. Meanwhile, bot lane. Oh, bot lane, am I dumb? No, it's not bot lane, it's literally, they just got 2 kills in the top. I'm blind, sorry everybody. First game of the day, smile.
Wait, what? Were you not watching top?
No, I was, but the first kill didn't seem like it was from top for some reason. Because I saw the Rubik, right? And then I remember, oh right, the Rubik just TP'd in. You know what I mean? So I'm like, oh, bot lane kill. Yeah.
What is that?
But that's exactly the start that you need, right? And I mean, like I said, about the phases, every single time you die as Night Stalker in the stalking phase is even less creeping that you can do. And Rip Rap, he did a really good job, right? Like, he just kind of baited them in. And maybe, just a bit of overzealousness from this Night Stalker, you know? He's had a long walking phase, he's tired of walking, he wants to get the stalking, but gets too ahead of himself. Maybe doesn't have the levels in it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, we all get that. Anyone who plays Night Stalker definitely feels like, I gotta do something. You know, I've been aging all day. I want to bust my nut right now.
Alright,
You know?
alright, calm it down.
Yeah. But then he bust a little too early, you know.
Yeah.
And then
And then
just
no one-
go
no
back
one-
to aging.
Yeah, no one likes that. Excel's still doing pretty okay in terms of the. Ooh, actually, I like. What the heck? Look at the CS advantage. Kyoko is almost like what? Wait, why am I opening this? I know the hotkeys. Yeah, but Kyoko is like so quite a bit ahead of this Kanka. I mean, that's to be expected. But at least Excel has the X marks kind of go home regen situation. I mean, I like this from the side of RVRC though. They know their Night Stalker is about to hit level 6, 1 creep away, and they're more than likely gonna die this top lane, especially with the Bane coming to join them as well. They need to be so careful, and they need to have their TPs ready if they want to turn and fight. Now, Odie has the Meteor Hammer, but has just committed on the bot side. With that, you know, PL has to evacuate the lane. He's already gone into the jungle, Believer. A bit of an early entry there, but he has the high levels in the Phantom Rush, so the extra agility is going to be pretty nice for him. But they need to be so careful in the top side, like I said. You just know RVRC are feeling for a goal here, as the concussive shot coming out, but he has the infused raindrops and the courier as well. If he gets power trades, he's going to be even harder to kill. Okay, it's a magic one instead. So they're just kind of hanging on by a thread here. Ooh. Here comes the Fortify, nice use from them, they're trying to chase, but here comes the call down, Global Silence as well to follow, but they have their eyes on this Gyro and they're gonna get him. Can they get a return kill? There is washed up with the Imprison and Shisui, first one to fall to the Fate Bolt. Baba as well, lifted up back into the Meteor Hammer, and the Sanities and clips him right over the head. And that is 2 kills in return. They get a huge rotation and a kill onto this Gyro, much needed. But once again, Baba, there is even more time during the stalking phase that you are doing no stalking to be seen. And I mean, yes, that's the Global Silence committed. He managed to use it with the Arcane Rune, so it's quite a low cooldown. But you know, he doesn't rotate over, and I mean, PL, like we said, still farming up, not able to contribute in the way that the Gyro can. And I mean, it feels like they're playing a little bit one man down at the moment.
Yeah, but they're buying time for him. I mean, that rotate for the
Vetcher, 1 minute left on the stalking phase, and he's gonna make it count with the Void. Gets a kill for his team on the Rubik string, a bit too far forward. Of course, they have a nice ward here, but Shisui, yep, he should know what's up. Dewards it immediately. And I think one of the biggest things that we saw from USP is their insane warding, right? I feel like Illegal and Vetcher always find their way into the jungle and get those deep wards. Right now, vision control wise though, it seems like it's in RVRC's favor. They have nice wards scouting out the top side of the map, which is where this Night Stalker wants to play.
Yep, really good warding from them again. Oh wait, this RVRC, yeah. So it's nice little support plays going on, you know. I feel that most of the teams, when they lose the games, it all comes down to the vision and control of the map. So to see like these supports really go head to head, they're both really good support players on each team. So
yeah, for sure.
Nice to see.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of Shisui, but we saw Leonidas. This man just knows how to make space for his team now. It might be a bit stunted on the Skyref as we see an Astral Prisma onto Baba. No 70s clips to work with, but here comes the Global Silence. They want to turn it on this OD, but they don't actually have Dark Ascension. Baba forced to run right now, but here comes the backup. Kyoko is here with the last word, but XL has shown up. There's no more Global Silence. There's the Silencer under some threat, right under a boat. There's the Tidebringer to finish him off, but not even needed. The Phantom's Embrace is gonna grab him, and Baba still sifting around in these trees. They could find him if he's not careful, but he's got face boots out. And that ends up being pretty good for them because they trade the offlane OD for the mid Silencer who's been having such a free game this entire time.
Yeah, OD doesn't really care. He already has his Meteor Hammer. He's just gonna jungle and farm back up. Ooh.
Nice little kind of dodge away to preserve that clarity there, but just a few micro motions there. Like we said, daytime now, you have the Dark Ascension, but you really want to save it for like a sure kill. If not, it's yet another waste. Vetcher looked like he was trying to set up on Believer, but Believer spots out the TP and gets out of dodge. But Rip Rap just having a free bot lane. No one's really here to answer him at the moment. And one thing I wanted to point out when you mentioned the supports, we were talking about the supports doing work. Look at the stacks ready for this Gyrocopter.
Ooh, that's some fat stacks.
Okay, it's not the fattest, but it do be kind of
meaty stacks though.
It do be meaty. Yeah, there's the ancient stack as well. So Rip Rap, he's just gonna get to work.
Yeah, I love myself a little bit of stacking.
Yeah. Gets you a little excited.
Yeah.
Okay,
what? Going.
Alright.
Yummy.
Okay, both supports, they're grouping up here. It looks like they want to try and make something happen, but the Bane still no Fiend's Grip at this stage of at this point in time. Ooh, okay. So really a lot of research from both sides because this was a ward that Illegal really likes to place. Him and Vetcher just on top of the warding game, but they've done their research, they've spotted out all the wards, and it almost seems like they're stream sniping residents. Okay, but another kill onto Baba. They actually catch the Night Stalker slacking. And now no Meteor Hammer to speak of, but there is the damage coming out in space. Oh, the sleep. They kind of boo-boo-naden that one up a little bit. That was basically a kill, but I mean, they'll be okay with this. They force the Bane away, and yeah, they get another nice ward in. Now, Shisui is going to show his face, but he needs to be so careful. Doesn't have the Fiend's Grip to work with, and is he going to know there's a ward here? Is he just a god? No, he's not. These two, yeah, like you said, the supports just really mind gaming each other with this vision.
Yeah, it's really nice to see like good supports playing against each other, you know. It's
Okay.
not just about the carries.
So this is a nice little smoke move up. They're pinging out though. They know the Gyrocopters in this area. Now here's the thing. Are they going to run into XL first or Gyro? Because if they run into XL, there is so much room for... Yeah, here comes the ulti, and they has to run. But Rip Rap, he's the new target. Here comes the call down though, slowing all of them up. Global Silence as well, but Rip Rap, he's under so much pain. And he's gonna fall to the last word, but Baba knocked down by the Sanity's Eclipse. Now what else can they find? They have Excel with this Haste Rune, but the Astro Imprisonment and the Meteor Hammer is there. And I feel like I was seeing a disaster happen in slow motion. From the start of that smoke, we were already saying the rest of the side of USP, they're kind of, even though they don't know it's coming, the fact that nobody's showing mid all of a sudden and in any of the lanes, it should kind of telegraph a move. And we saw that reaction. Nice Haste Rune pop. And the call down as well, just to lay in the waste. Even though this Gyro is not doing the hottest, Excel and Washed Up, they have such amazing games right now.
Yeah, that was really good rotations from USP. They really knew what was going to
Okay,
happen.
a move out onto Shisui's Bane. Has the Fiend's Grip and the Sleep. Puts himself under for a little bit just to unsilence himself. But it looks like they're going to be able to get this tower. Is it a cheeky deny? Nope. Outplay. Do you see that?
Happening in the middle of my
Dude, he literally pump faked the deny.
Yeah, I saw that. It was nice little play.
XD.
XD. Shit, how is this science? I mean, this PR the winner. Almost as diffusal level 10, 14 minutes. Not too bad, I guess. But what compared to the gyrocopter?
Oh no. He doesn't have Doppel, right? No, he does. Can you time it? Oh, lands it nicely as well. Washed up. I mean, he's gonna be able to Doppel out, so Believer, he's gonna be A-okay. But doesn't want to let up the chase. Oh no, no way. No way he gets it here. One more
Does he
hit.
die? Oh.
What the heck? The OD just making it work. The patience there as well. He waited for the real PL to kind of reveal himself, and Believer caught with his pants down.
Patience from Zoe.
Yep. Patience
Okay.
from Zhou. Summon everyone.
With his BKB. Alright, back to the game.
Puppy,
Okay,
he talked about the Naga counter. It's light of
Shut
heaven.
up,
With his
shut up,
BKB,
dude.
turns it around. Ravage, stolen my dandy. Are you kidding me?
Alright, it's night time.
Alright.
Everything's gonna happen real quick.
Alright, just a precursor, everybody. It is currently nighttime, 15 minutes in, and therefore that means that we are now in the stalking phase. What this means is Baba is absolutely strong. Not sure if you're listening in the past 5 minutes, but that was his weak point. Now this Night Stalker's really going to ramp up, and they're probably waiting for his Echo Saber to try and make something happen, but they kind of have all their outs up, so I wouldn't mind them like trying to make something happen here. But USP, they're kind of on a warpath themselves. They want to bait out this Gyro. They know that the Night Stalker probably wants to make a move, but they're being dodged right now. USP, top side of the map, and the rest of the side of RVRC.
Oh shit, I choked on my water. I imagine my stalker as a prostitute. Oh my god.
Oh, what? Why would
Night
you?
walk at night, you know?
Alright. I realized I didn't put up
I
the
don't
team
know why.
names, so apologies for that, my friends. Let me just fix that real quick. There we go. Transition, there we go. Okay, so sorry about the confusion. The team names are now up. Another smoke out though. They're just kind of using these Libri. He's like Rokuk Central, it appears. Okay, they see Believer though. They have the nighttime vision, so Baba spots him. They both of their smokes popped, so they should have an idea that they're in the area, but both of them just immediately back out. A bit too scared there.
Yeah. Okay, on a side note, Pain Cosmetics, I'm a bit disappointed Shisui doesn't have that red arm going for him.
Okay.
That would be perfect Uchiha cosplay. So that's a little disappointing.
Yo, yeah, and the arms have eyes as well, right?
Yeah, it's the Sharingan arms, dude. He can
Bro.
cosplay Danzo, but as Shisui, what the heck?
Yeah, how the hell can you call yourself Shisui? Oh my god, that's not.
And
At
you
least
don't
he's kind
have
of.
the Sharingans.
At least he's kind of nailing it in the wards department. Those have eyes as well, right? So it's not too bad.
Hey, at least he got that vision, you know. He
Yeah.
has vision.
Alright, well, he's gonna need a lot more. Oh, he misses. Oh, amigo. I guess he's just letting Believer clean it up. There's better things to do. Hey, he that work for me, eh? Yeah, that's probably what it was.
But real quick, okay, OD is going for BKB, almost has it already, and it's only 70 minutes. That's really fast, actually. He's
Yo,
doing pretty well.
dude, I want to comment on this Kanka build. Orchid first, what do you think about this one? Because it feels kind of like a fuck you, right? Because there's so many silencers on the side of RVRC, and he's like, you know what, I'll silence you back. Chibai.
I don't think it's that bad, actually.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. We've seen this quite a bit, actually.
And like, if he finds that any of the sports. He's just gonna kick their ass.
Actually, if you think about it, it makes quite a lot of quite a lot of sense, right? Because the only way these supports can kind of counterplay the Kanka initiation is with a sleep, with a silence to prevent the combo from going through. The silence on the PL also before he hits that Manta is gonna be huge. And right now it's RVRC who are making the moves though. They have Baba leading the front line, smoked up, and he's trying to jump whoever he runs across, but USP with the Spidey sensors, they are dodging.
Radiant's bottom tower is being
Yeah.
attacked.
Happy to be here.
I'll be here all day. I'll be here.
Oh,
No,
yeah, all day.
no,
I told you,
literally
after
not
that
all.
PL, I can leave. After that PL comment, I can leave it.
No, like literally, not even I can be here all day. It's literally like he can only be here all night. Oh, a use up though, disjointing the X. They need to be careful at the grip. Excel, have you gone a bit too far forward? There's the Mystic Leg combo that we talked about, telling him to shut up all the way to the grave, and Excel, but it's a bit too big for his britches, not respecting the Yule's pickup there from Kyoko, catches him with his pants down, and now Stalking Phase in full effect. Dark Ascension as well, they want to claim this tower. Do USP want to take this fight? It's been like, what, 4 minutes of dodging, and then Excel just walks up and gives them a bit of a freebie there.
Dire's middle tower has
That was a
fallen.
bit unfortunate play. I don't think he was expecting so many people to be there.
No, I think more than anything, it's the Yules, right? He didn't see the Yules.
Yeah, I think. I mean, if you didn't see the use, at least
Maybe,
they're still gonna cast spells on him. But yeah,
I mean,
it was
okay,
a nice setup for the Bane.
maybe it's like a little bit of a fallacy, right? Because he X marks himself, he thinks he's safe, right? But he sees the Yules, right? And a lot of the times, like, people use Yules to dodge the combo. People don't really use Yules to stop your X marks, but Kyoko with the forward thinking, he just kind of knows that he's gonna tank the torrent but sets it up anyway, and XL dying there. I mean, still top of the net worth, but you know, now Kyoko trailing pretty closely now. I thought that we would see like a I don't know, like a Aghanims build from Kyokyo here, but it looks like he's going for the S and K. What do you think about this one?
SNK,
Yeah, Science and Kaya, sorry.
SNK. Why would you go for an SNK? That seems a bit odd. Like, I
Seems
guess
a
it's good stats for him.
It
Right?
seems a bit greedy to me, but I guess like he just wants to live through the fights, because right now there's a lot of magic AoE, like collateral damage flying out for the team fight of USP, right? He just wants to probably be a bit more tanky, and some status resist always pretty nice, right?
Yeah, I mean, I probably would have gone for Hurricane Pike if I were playing, because that's just more safety, right?
I don't know if he's planning on auto attacking anyone this game though. That's the thing.
Oh, real shit. Nice words. I love this word. Right outside of the Hill's entry range.
This
Good
one.
shit.
Oh yeah, boy.
Perfect. I love these ones. These ones are so good.
No, but I think, but
So
they,
good, both of them didn't expect it.
yeah. They saw Kyoko in this area of the ward, like you said, and they're streaming forward now. The Sansa needs to be careful. Of course, they don't have the vision. Could get spotted out here, Kyoko. Does he sense it? He knows something is up. He sees the OD. They're forcing forward, trying to give him the move speed, but just like that, Kyoko's off into the wind. And they dodge what could have been a disaster there if they got a catch onto that silencer. Side note, silence doesn't stop the Meteor Hammer, so you could tell him to shut up all you want, but he's still gonna drop the rod on you.
Like Dwayne Johnson or?
Uh,
Can you smell?
I mean, Kyoko definitely smelled it the way he literally just immediately walked the other direction, right? He's like,
Yeah, little too smelly that time.
yeah, two. You know, both teams mirroring what? So cool, actually.
Yeah, it's really fun to see this kind of gameplay. It's like actual proper gameplay.
Actual
Yeah.
proper, wow. High
Like-
compliments from the Jerry.
I don't know, like, you gotta get this gameplay in like your prompts where, no, this kind of thing is like, really like, I'm taking this shit serious, I'm playing properly, you know?
Dire's top tower is under
Most of my games, you know, if I'm not supporting my support's taking my farm.
Alright.
Radiant's bottom tower
But you
under
see the spots in this game, Rubik all he has is a 4-star and a mana boot. Rubik all he has is Ether Lens, not even a mana boot, just brown boots.
Yeah, both.
It's good.
I mean, USP, this is the timing that they've been waiting for, right? They almost have the Kanka BKB completed, but it's a Gyro BKB that matters so much. There's so much kind of magic disable and weird shit that he has to deal with. Now, not scared about it anymore. No 45 for the side of RCRV, and they're gonna give RVRC. What the hell? I hate their name so much there. Anyways, No Fortify for the side of RVRC, and they're gonna have to give up this bot tier 1. They're scanning out the Roche. A bit of false info here. They circled it out. They think that they're doing Roche, but in reality, the tide side of RVRC are actually splitting up the map and farming. So,
Yeah,
I mean, PL's not the best Roche hitter. Neither is Silencer and Night Stalker, right? So I don't think they really think that's happening.
yeah, it's very unlikely. Even if they do go for it, it's gonna take them a good long while.
Yeah, it
But-
might take them the entirety of the walking phase, I think.
Entirely walking phase. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe stalking phase will be a little faster with the extra attack
Yeah.
speed.
Top tower is under siege.
Do you think it's nighttime in the pit, or is the pit follow the rules of outside the pit?
I think the pit follows the rules. You know,
Yeah,
Night
like-
Stalker would just be the most insane Roche hero ever.
I mean, you can't put water in the pit. You can't attack Roshan if you're outside the pit. It might be different, you know. Pit might be some multiverse.
How crazy would it be if you could walk inside the pit?
I mean, not that crazy to be honest.
Yeah, it's
Maybe
not that
like-
big of a deal, right? Like, as in,
Not that big.
I mean, because you're just gonna sentry outside the pit anyway.
I mean, you really see it with like techies. Techies puts a bomb in the pit. People just put a sentry before the bomb. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, but real quick, they've got some fresh beat.
Oh, you're cutting out a little bit there, Jerry. You there?
Alright, hello.
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah. You said they have some fresh BKBs. What BKBs we talking about? Okay, Night Stalker.
OD,
Night Stalker has his.
Gyro, Kunka.
Oh, okay.
Fresh BKBs. It's big.
This is kind of huge though. Leonidas has the Rod of Athos completed, so he could completely single out one of these supports now. Okay, walking forward, concussive shot. Latches on to washed up, but they're gonna think better of it than just walking up the high ground like that.
Being attacked.
And now, as you know, it's 25 minutes. That means it is the stalking phase.
Gotta get that money.
Yep.
Gotta get
If
that.
there was any time to Roche, it would be now. Unfortunately, their
Yeah.
team just sucks at Roche. I mean, I'm just kidding, of course. But now, Rip Rap Trick Trapping, he's looking towards an Aghanims now. Do you think that's a bit late, or do you think this is just kind of the cookie cutter gyro build?
I mean, if I were gonna get it, I'll probably get it earlier, if not later. So this is a bit odd. I would imagine you want to go for more damage now, but I guess it is damage. Like
Yeah,
more extra
no.
attack.
I mean, it's never a bad pickup, right? It's just that, like, at this stage of the game, maybe they're just a bit sort of, maybe they're just kind of concerned. This is definitely the safest purchase, right? Because it means your gyro really doesn't die, like, ever. Because the PL
Yeah.
doesn't have nearly enough physical damage to threaten him. And honestly, at every point forcing the BKB
Ooh.
out, Leonidas gonna TP. Can he get the... Oh, he's actually not even gonna commit the... I guess it would have mattered anyway, but that's a bit odd.
That's a big W for Leonidas actually. What the hell?
Yeah,
He
he just...
wasn't gonna die to that out. He just forced out a BKB. for
No,
that.
as in he didn't know where everybody else was, right? So he was so scared of a Night Stalker coming in and
Yeah,
like...
yeah, yeah. But like, still, that's
Okay,
big
Shisui caught out with this ward over here. They didn't manage to de-ward it, and that's gonna be a Bane there. X marks the spot to finish him off as well. Has the sleep to work with, but can't get it off in time. And with this, they could probably look towards the Roche pit. And bear in mind, it is the stalking phase, unfortunately. The Bane is there. So there's that.
What do you think the next move after this Roche? Probably gonna push or force a team fight, right?
Yeah, I mean, they have nothing to be afraid of. Like you said, they have the OD BKB, Excel has his as well. And, oh, okay. Here comes the Night Stalker ulti. They have to be wary this happening. BKB in as well, wants to finish it. Okay, Global Silence as well, but Rip Rap picks up the Aegis of the Immortal, doesn't even use it. This could be huge if they could get out, but Baba forced to turn tail and run selves up in the corner, but it's gonna be Leonidas picked off. Fourth string, a bit too far. And Baba almost makes a heroic play there, but it ends up still falling into the hands of USP. That could have been a disaster if Baba was able to just kind of swoop in, pick that up, and get out.
Yeah, that would have been massive for them getting a full Aegis, denying them the ability to push. Crazy.
Yeah,
man.
that would have been a very successful stalking phase. Unfortunately, he already uses his out, and it's it's not really gonna amount to much. But gets Leonidas killed, but I don't think Leonidas is that fast about it. But here is where the fuss begins though. With this Gyrocopter Aegis, he has reset. He almost died in that fight. It would still be fine, right, if they manage to finish him off, but they don't. And because of that, now he has this Aegis working his way towards the point booster as well to finish up that Axe. And I'm sure, he just has the courier over here waiting for that last component. Now he has to be a bit careful though, because if a stray like silencer walks in and just clips that off, it's a very big feels bad, man.
Yeah, he's really farmed. It's only 28 minutes, now 17 BKB Maelstrom, and almost has Aghanim. That's huge actually. What does this PL have in
Okay, let's take a
comparison?
look. PL is working on the heart, but has the Manta and the Diffuser completed. So Believer, not really having the best game. Still sort of... How have they not dewarded this? This is kind of insane that they have not.
Yeah,
Shisui,
this
I mean,
seems
he has the sentries. Surely he's gonna put it... Oh, dude. They saw the entire side walk up here, so they know they're in the area, and as a result, they're just freely walking in, no fear whatsoever.
a little
Bit of a strange one.
yeah, a bit of a strange one. I mean, I guess they have wards on their side already, so it's
Oh.
they're trading, I guess.
Actually, this is kind of insane though, because even though Rubik doesn't have as insane night vision as Night Stalker, right? With the Dark Ascension stolen, when he pops it, they're gonna get on an unobstructed vision from this Rubik. So what that means is wherever he positions himself flying around in the trees, right, it's gonna allow Excel and Washed Up to just get these spells off on heroes that they might not expect, right? Because a lot of times when you have Night Stalker, you're assuming these guys are gonna go in blind. But now Rip Rap Trip Trapping, he's not scared of anything at all. He has the Aegis, and he's just hitting away on the tower. They need to be back and defend this. And here they are. Baba is there. Excel fishing with that tidal wave there, but not gonna get much. And Rip Rap, ooh, that's a lot of damage. Gyro? Okay, now Ascension pop. Baba wants to come forward, but here comes the BKB. Okay, doesn't pop it yet, but BKBs from Washed Up and XL as well. They don't manage to finish off anyone at the moment. But first of all, it's gonna be this Grim Show. Vector Nix falling a little low. Here comes the spells, and they take out both supports along with the Aegis. Now Rip Rat in a tough spot, but pops the BKB. Now he's immortal, but he's gonna turn around and TP out. Knows that there's no Fiend's Grip for Shisui to work with. And this is looking a bit dicey now. XL, no BKB, but Washed Up still trying to do the work, but this Night Stalker is so strong. Has to respect the damage coming out though, and walks away. XL still getting eyed up though. They want to chase. They're gonna think better of it. As you can see here, it is no longer nighttime. It is daytime.
It's Daywalker time.
Yep.
Paul
And a
Walker
really,
time.
honestly, really nicely played from Baba, because he just blinks in and ends up just kind of picking off the gyro immediately, right? That's the first life, and the supports, they try and fend for themselves, but the BKB from Night Stalker and you know, just the backline supports just able to throw out their spells all willy-nilly, while the two supports on the side of USP cowering from the Night Stalker. It's not a good look.
Yeah, actually, now that it's 30 minutes and it's only 7 to 11 kills. 7. But we expected a lot more aggression from either side, and you know, it's a really slow game that they're taking. It's much more strategic.
Yeah, both teams have been really like kind of feeling each other out, right, and waiting for their timings. Like, you can tell how high level this game is from the way they're going about it. There's no needless movement. There's no random pickoffs. There's no like people getting caught up where they're not supposed to be. Every move is quite calculated. You know, every little like bit of push that they make is like, it's all thought out, and it's all part of the game plan. Of course, this PR has a ways to go before he kind of still becomes a bit of a threat. But as we see here, it's the Aghanim Shard that was the thing that was doing so much damage, right? The Spirit Lance increases Spirit Lance illusion damage by 40%. We saw how much Gyro got just chunked up by that.
Oh, he's going for an Octarine after his heart. Oh, I hate this. I hate this guy.
Oh,
He's
why?
got that. Oh, dude, Octarine PL is so cancer, dude. What do you mean?
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because give us 1 to 2 more minutes, we engineers. Okay, but let's talk about the Gyro PL matchup real quick, right? Because Gyro can pump out so much magic damage and make it so that the PL illusions, right, they just like don't really matter. Or basically he just has enough damage overall, and it can flat cannon down the main PL. Now the issue comes when the PL gets Octarine. He's not even going hard anymore. It looks like he's queuing up a straight Octarine, and when he gets that, he never needs to go in. He just needs to use the vision given to him by his Night Stalker to continuously chuck out these Lancers. And I don't know whether they can ever get their hands on him, because if you take a look at the side of USP, yes, they have a really nice draft, but one thing they lack is jump. Like, they actually cannot jump.
Yeah, they're gonna have quite a hard time dealing with these illusions, and with that Octarine, you're gonna just keep spamming, and I don't think they have enough sustain to keep clearing these illusions. If they're gonna push the high ground onto RVRC, they're not gonna be able to stay there for long. It just
Yeah.
keeps throwing illusions at them.
And that's not to mention the silencer spells coming out now with the Aghanim Scepter completed as well. The last word AoE is gonna be really scary for them to fight up into. But it looks like there's a catch. Leonidas and Shisui caught out on a bit of a warding mission. The rest of the side of USP, nice little move in from them. Not gonna have to fix that LAN cable anymore because he's too busy being dead. But yeah, with this they should be able to push in and try and take some more of advantage. Trip Trapping needs to be a bit careful here, but I guess without the Bane alive, he's not too concerned. And once again, this is the daytime, so they're feeling very strong. If they're timing the Night Stalker ulti, they should know that it's not available. So I think this is a Rex unless they choose to buy back.
I think they're just gonna give it. They're not gonna try it. Even if this kind of buybacks, I don't know what they can do here.
Yeah, and it feels like such a not worth it buyback, right?
Yeah, really. Actually, they might now that Dark Ascension is up, but it's almost gone already.
Yeah,
so-
they don't. I mean, they're gonna lose the Rex. Okay,
Oh.
they're gonna start the fight off immediately. BKB immediately. So they're okay trading like this, but Rip Rap needs to be so careful because they can still chase him down. BKB forward, blink from Baba, and the Global Silence as well. They need to get their gyro out. Save this man. There is the Astral save that we were talking about. The BKB pop from... Oh, but here is the grid. Where's the interrupt? The tidal wave is not there in time. And the gyro, he's gonna fall. Washed up, gets Atos up as well. And silence. Here comes Baba. The 2 hits are enough. And Rapture, the Ghost Scepter Leo to keep you alive for so long. They're starting to clean up and it ends up being a full team wipe. For the side of RVRC, the patience pays off and the Night Stalker delivers.
They didn't even need to buy back this, he just respawned, right?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Dang, that's rough. I mean, but yeah, they do have trouble sieging the high ground. All they have for towers is really just the gyro and the meteor hammer. No one else really does anything. I mean, you could say the same for RVRC, but it's a more advantageous position defending from your high ground, so it's not that bad. Taking advantage of that high ground.
Dire's middle tower taking damage.
Yeah, I feel like this has become such a hard game for them now, right? Because this Night Stalker, we talked about the phases, and jokes aside, he didn't have the best of starts, right? He kind of had a bit of a rough one. Now with the shard, this is not something you see every day. But the Hunter in the Night allowing you to regen and keep sustaining up, keep getting the mana up as well, and just basically sort of like a Midas, right? An insta-kill on a creep.
Yeah,
He's gonna be
kind
so
of.
farmed.
Actually, can you eat a rocket?
I don't know, I don't think so.
I wouldn't think so, right? But imagine we could eat a rocket. That's crazy.
That is kind of crazy, yeah. But actually a smoke out from USP now. They want to fire right back. They know there's no Night Stalker ulti, so this is their time to move. They are not spotted by a ward because of the smoke, but they found Leonidas. There is the Astro, and the rest of the side of RVRC, they're gonna leave their poor position for dead. Steals the Mystic Flare, which could be pretty huge actually. But now, like I said, 1 more minute until nighttime, but no Night Stalker out, so they're gonna feel a bit more confident. This game has really been such a back and forth depending on whether the Night Stalker out is available or not. But that really is the game of the game plan with Night Stalker, right?
Yeah, definitely. They've been taking a lot of fights off of this Dark Ascension. The vision and the ability to keep going in and out without anyone controlling him is just winning them all these fights.
Yeah, I mean, such a silent presence has been Kyoko on this silencer, right? He's been farming up his items and getting those spells out. The last word, no doubt, has to be so annoying. We saw earlier in that fight, just to save the gyro, washed up and to pop his BKB just so he could Astro. It was a bit of a half measure, but it just stings a little bit.
Yeah, it definitely thinks he has this Kaya now going for the K and S, as you say, right?
Wait, you've never heard S and K?
I mean S and K, yeah, but I mean the old one is S and Y. No one really says S and K, right?
Alright, man, someone's getting a little picky, whatever.
All right. Hey.
Dire's bottom tower under
Relax,
fire.
man. Yeah, but
Alright,
oh,
here comes the Night Stalker out, but they found Baba with this nice ward. Torrent's gonna toss him up for now, but the tidal wave pushing him back forces the BKB out. This is a huge timing if they can get out. Now XL, he doesn't want to use his BKB as well, but the Astro Imprisonment are going to keep him alive for now. And the Silencer is not in the fight, so they don't want to engage here. And they should know that there's vision judging by how XL found him there.
Bottom tower is fallen.
is it daytime?
No. It's
Oh yeah, it is daytime.
Oh, yeah,
He
yeah,
he popped it for this.
to
that's
get out,
actually
right? Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
huge.
Kind of a big deal. Oh. Wait, no, it's nighttime.
We literally can't count.
Yeah, love it.
I think he just popped that to try and have the speed to fly over the trees,
Yeah.
right? But didn't manage to outrun the torrent, so there's that.
I mean, not that big of a deal. It's a 40-second duration, only 90-second cooldown. He had.
Oh, look at these wards, bro. I mean, they don't actually know this is warded here, so if they like opt for smoke up or something, or some sort of move, either way, they're being spotted out. Like, this ward, Shisui, no matter, like he's been so good with the vision, right? But he's just, this ward has just dodged him time and time again. It's kind of crazy.
Yes.
This is what happens when you get a bit too big brain, right? Like when you get a bit too big brain with your water, you just forget about the most obvious damn spots.
Yeah.
Are they gonna deward that one?
I
It
mean,
doesn't
very
look...
interesting wards. Like, look at RVRC's wards. They're all in the bottom side of the map.
Oh,
There's nothing. What the
okay.
hell?
Need to be a bit careful. This Gyro's career under a bit of threat. Has to be careful. But now they've walked in towards Roche. And Odie, with that change to Arcane Ops, so good at hitting Roche now. Rip Rat, he wants to clean that up for himself. And has the Aghanim Shard. Now this is gonna probably be pretty good either for the Grimstroke or the... Actually, they have some pretty good Aghanim Shards, but... Pause?
Tactical. Puppy pause.
Yeah, some question...
Yeah. Real quick though, Kunkka has Aghanims already. That's a pretty big pickup.
Yeah, so the Water Park gonna go brazy in these fights. He literally also is queuing up a refresher, right? So
Yeah.
there's a bit of an unfortunate pause timing. But I mean, the Roshan's already settled, right? Like, bot side, Shisui, he's not in position to do anything. As much as Baba is flying in with the ult, like I think he might even blink in, but I don't know how much he can see. I can't actually change the camera controls in this spectator mode. Hang on, let me see. Yeah, no, I can't. So there's that. Yeah. So Baba.
Can he see in the pit?
I don't know, that's the thing, right?
I
Because
don't
there's
think he can,
unobstruction of vision, but if he blinks in now, yeah, I don't think he wants to go. Oh, they see him. Astro up. That's gonna force the BKB out if he's not careful. He should pop it here, but not gonna opt to. Saving it for now. Finally pops it. Goes set down the Vector and the 4-staff away. Keeps Ripmap alive, but pops the BKB himself. Now the Gyro, not a lot of HP to work with. Firing off onto Leonidas. That should give them a sign that there's a ward in the area. Washed up. Blinking forward, trying to find somebody, but the Glimmer Cape gonna keep Leonidas alive. So a little bit of a tense situation there. The X-Marks themselves to get some heals off, or actually just clear out this wave. Nicely done. The X-Marks tidal wave and the torrent just clears that up easily. And with that, the pressure is gone. Kyoko TP's back home. And Silencer has a blink actually. What do you think about this item?
It's not too bad. I mean, it kind of he wasn't getting a hurricane fight this season, so it's a nice item to get the same thing done. Yeah, good for repositioning, maybe get an arcane blink or an overwhelming return. Try and slow them down or cast more spells.
Yeah,
It's not that bad.
the PL already. Oh, wait.
Oh,
What?
that's a big kill.
That is a big. That is the satanic of the Gyro, and that is literally 6k gold. This Gyro is now sitting at like what? 12k gold essentially.
That is huge.
That is a huge, and this is what we were talking about, right? This Gyro, Copter, like his career has been sitting there for so long. I don't know if you still want to fight here. Rip Rap, tanking a bit of damage, a satanic show will be helpful here.
Oh, they forced out a global silence. Was that a global silence?
No, it was the last word.
Last word.
But they don't even force out the Fortify here. They should see Vector. They smoke out, but they should know someone's in the area. Vector hiding around in the trees. Gonna get clipped up. Oh, the Lotus all completed, so Believer started to take a bit of damage from the Gyro illusion. But obviously, one of these illusions stronger than the other. Vector gets a blink out. And they're gonna retreat together as a squad, but I don't know how confident they're feeling without their Gyro Satanic. That is a huge pickup for Baba.
Yeah, he really needed that satanic if they wanted to siege a high ground there. He will just stood his ground and fought. You know, he has like essentially 3 lives. He has his current life Aegis, and then with satanic he can get low, get back up to full again. He doesn't care.
Yeah, for sure. Like it's so integral to their high ground push, like you said, and losing that, it kind of puts them in a rough spot because it just delays like 1.5 more minutes. That is like so much of your Aegis time. Leonidas, he's found XL though. Where is the vision? They don't have it at the moment. Illegal 4 stars forward. They don't actually see Leonidas, but that little active on the Stormcrafter should let them know, and they find him. There is the use of the Stormcrafter rather to keep him alive for now, but Washed Up manages to pick him off, and there is the pings. They know the whole side of USP is here, but they find a crucial kill. And what do they do at this time? That's the question at hand.
Wait, he wishes he had Earth Spirit. He could just roll out. Yeah.
Also, but to be
deep for these words.
yeah, but to be fair though, if he was Earth Spirit, there's no way he just kind of forces BKBs out like that, right? Like, Leonidas, even though he has been copying some of the devs, has been so good about forcing out BKBs because there's so much fear. In a moment's notice, you could just get blinked on and now bashed up by this Baba Night Stalker. Very terrifying to deal with. Even has the Penta Edge Sword as if he needed more range and damage. Kinda spooky.
Real shit. Got them lacking a little bit. Come on, you just saw the scarf. They're not gonna give what? Come on. Hey, this is a little bit slackish. Hey, they just pushed top. Hey, watch with this. Hey, it's all good. Top tier support still. Small little mistakes, but it's alright.
Jerry the 3K player getting nitpicky as fuck.
Hey. I'm a good support player, okay?
Yeah.
If I'm not good at anything else in this game, I'm a good support player.
Okay, and Astro to kind of keep him safe against the Mystic Flare. Has to be careful about the Fiend's Grip though, but force away. The Lotus Orb on cooldown right now. Actually, who was one of the Lotus? Is it the Kanka? Oh, it is Lotus Orb on this grid. Okay, very nice from Illegal. Nice little itemization choices. And one thing that we pointed out is how the supports on USP always find gold. I'm not sure how they do it, but Vector and Illegal, they always get a few items up on themselves and they become so much more useful, right? Like this Rubik could very easily be free food, but the fact that he always has his Ghost Scepter up when the Night Stalker jumps in just makes him that much harder to kill. And the effectiveness in the fights is not overlooked, right? Like they really have such a huge part in the control and the basically keeping this gyro alive. Now Rip Rap has gotten his Satanic, but it's gonna lose the Aegis in 7 seconds, and they're timing it RVRC. They've smoked forward and they want to find a pick. Now they have 2 wards spotting the entire side of USP perfectly, so this could be really scary for them. The pings are coming out. Here's the ward as well, so when the smoke breaks, they will see them. But who is gonna get the jump? They see Rip Rap. Here comes the spells. Immediate BKB, but washed up, silenced up. You have the BKB. Baba hitting away the imprisonment to save Grimstroke for now. Global silence as well. Illegal gonna force himself out of there. There's a bunch of BKBs used. Here comes XL though. X-Mask onto Shisui. And here comes the boat pulling him back. But disjointed. Tidal Wave gonna do the job though. Baba's still in. They can't get the last hit onto Shisui. The Water Park finishes him off. And now Baba, no BKB to work with. He's held this BKB for so long. Washed up. And he finally pops it. Rip Rap Trip Trap in the middle of it all. Believer starting to get hit up. Where is the silencer? Where is the support? It's not there. They've imprisoned themselves up to keep themselves alive. And the whole side of USP, they stay fighting strong. They could finally
water park. Oh
yeah, they need to be so careful here on Leonidas. He needs to get out, but he doesn't have the TP. Did he TP in? Wait, did he cancel his TP? Uh-oh, this is bad. Concussive shot catches him. The Static Scan gonna keep him alive for now, but watch out, blinking forward. There is the sentry, and there is a dead Skywrath Mage. Now what can they do if this Roche is not up just yet, but they can no doubt try and push it in. This had all the makings of a beautiful fight for the side of RVRC, but maybe a bit of miscommunication about how that would go. The Gyro pops the BKB and XL fearlessly runs in, double Water Park all up in their faces, soaks them good, and from there it's just so hard to fight.
Soaked so good, indeed. I'm soaked too.
Alright, calm down, Jesus.
Yeah, but I mean, again, it can't, the wards wrap back around the wards. Top tier shit.
Indeed.
I was just about to say before that fight, freaking the Phantom Mentor computer is hard and his operating core. I thought he was gonna be a lot more
tanky, right? But there's so much damage on the side of USP.
Yeah, he didn't seem to be able to do much in that fight. I'm not sure it's because of that water park or what was it.
That's a Silencer's courier. They're trying to find it, but it's gonna juke him out for now. Oh, Rubik sending his own courier over to find it. Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Just hiding in the corner. That, I believe, is the Aether Lens for the Silencer, so being able to stay even further away. Didn't actually see him in that fight, but he was just casting spells from afar, I'm assuming.
Yeah, he was just standing at the low ground, just casting spells onto them.
Which is really all you can do, right? I don't think if your Silencer's in auto-attacking range this game, it's a bit dicey.
I mean, he could have gone for an right clicking build, but I don't know how well he'll do against an OD build.
Yeah, because the thing is, he would need
Gyro.
BKB to even stand there and right click, right? Which is
Yeah.
such a huge investment. Like, why not just stay away from the fight entirely? And I mean, can't understate how much damage he's doing, right? Like, not the most stolen intelligence, but with the timeless relic and the debuff duration and spell damage, it's kind of insane.
Yep. You're gonna be looking for his Octarine out right after this, cast even more spells. I'm surprised he doesn't just go for a refresher actually. A double global silence.
Yeah, but right
Then
now I
come
don't think
back.
it's the global silence that is the thing that's kind of killing them. Or at least he's playing for. I believe he's playing for the last word and just the spell damage coming out. Now they are waiting around for the Roche on the side of
Oh,
USP,
nice little
but
wards.
okay,
You just saw the silencer. Oh,
yeah. You
yeah.
see Excel as well. Baba was walking across and they managed to get out of that situation. It's a little bit of a scary one. Both teams playing very grouped up and very tense. The Vision game has been absolutely immaculate from both sides, but that's so scary, right? Because at any point in time, if a Night Stalker walks up, you gotta be quick with that BKB. You gotta use it in case you just immediately melt. But a fast Roche respawn means that Rip Rap just gets in, and there's the refresher shot as well, as if Excel needed any more water to play with.
Oh damn, this Leonidas has just been going to triangle and just warding up every other like 5 minutes. He's just going back there to re-ward it.
I mean, he wants it, but I mean, if they walk past this triangle, they're gonna see this ward immediately. A bit unfortunate, but once again, like the Vision game, right? So much emphasis from both teams to set that up to try and get whatever picks they can or advantageous fights. And it was the Vision game that almost delivered RVRC the team fight win earlier on as well, but a bit unfortunate that they kind of seemed like they weren't too clear on how they wanted that fight to go. It it was looking like Baba could single out illegal, but a nice little like washed up, just kept his distance and managed to save that Grimstroke. And yeah, Excel, he's gonna do his shenanigans again. Throw out the tidal wave, throw out the torrent, clear out the wave, and get back to the push. So the split push from the side of RVRC, they're trying to apply some pressure. Baba takes the top tower, but they're already posturing for the mid. Rip Rap, he shouldn't be too scared here, has the ages to work with, so just gotta stand there and hit away. You could Satanic it all off here, but opts not to instead, has the Lotus Orb backing it up. But yeah, they seem to be a little scared of going high ground. And Baba, already threatening, has a lot of damage actually coming out from their Penta-Edge Sword. They need to make a move and they need to make it now. They're kind of hesitating on going forward. They're kind of scared, but I'm not really sure of what. Here comes Watch Up though. BKB straight to Believer. Where is the backup? The Global Silence as well in the sleep. Keeps him alive. That is the OD BKB. Rip Rap falling a little low as well. And the Night Stalker has popped his ultimate. He's just soloing out the top tower. Gets it. And TP's back. This could be a disaster for the side of RVRC. Washed Up. No BKB to work with. Where is the backup? It's not there. That's the OD down. Meanwhile, on the front side of the fight, Venture to fall as well. Rubik is gonna fall. And that is the great on the XL Kamka. Where's your water park now, baby? They're gonna wipe them all. The Grimstroke buys back, but it's into an entire dead team. Beautifully executed from RVRC. They play a bit too hard on the pussyfoot, and they end up just kind of outmaneuvering the side of USP. Like they're so scared to go high ground, and it ends up they lose the top tower, they lose 4, and now they could even lose the game here. They don't have buyback on this OD. I mean, they don't have... Yeah, they don't have buyback on this OD, and now Baba. We see why this Night Stalker is so terrifying. He just is able to create so much pressure by himself. And the buyback forced out from XL now. That's a painful one for sure. What can you do with this other than just watch your Rex fall, it seems?
There's some really unfortunate play. I think USP took too long to do the high ground. They made too many missteps, especially with that courier death in the early part of the game. They just don't have enough anymore, I think. I think it's just gonna go the way of USP.
You mean RVRC, right? The fellas who
RVRC, yeah.
Yeah, no, don't worry, their names are a little rough, but it's also looking a little rough for USP right now as RVRC, they're rotating towards the top side. They know that without the gyro, they aren't packing nearly enough damage to clear them out. And Believer, he's had a rough game so far, but now top of the net worth, the PL25 has been reached. Has the 24 critical strike, so adding so much damage to each of these illusions. There is the Ghost Sheep fleet available, but just like the Rex, there's nothing left there.
This is very unfortunate. In that fight, I think actually Red had a bit of a misplay. When he was on the high ground hitting the Rex, he actually activated his Satanic, but he didn't hit anything. So
Yeah.
he can't just die with an activated Satanic, came back, he didn't have Satanic, no Aegis. he has BKB, but he just gets gripped. He dies instantly. He can't do much.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate from him all around, and it's just, I don't know. It feels like they had their opportunity. I feel like they were gifted with that ages as well. Like it was a fast spawn and they just kind of fumbled the bag a little bit. They get too scared of the PL and we're starting to see the hole in their draft, right? RVRC know that they don't have a jump. The OD has to blink BKB and imprison and hex in just to try and make something happen. It's understandable that USP don't feel comfortable just going, but now they've caught out Leonidas in the back line. Watch up though, forced to pop the BKB, the Glimmer, juking him around. Where is Baba coming from? Trying to take out Illegal on the sidelines. What can they do against this Night Stalker? Here comes the overwhelming blink! The silence on the 3! Where is the response? They're all shut up! They can't do anything! Rapture to fall, Illegal to follow. Those 3 don't have buyback, and Excel getting gripped up. No man has to work with Rip Rap, trying to do what he can, but there's not enough damage. He's just getting overwhelmed and overrun, and his whole team is dead, and he'll be soon to follow. All set up by one Night Stalker overwhelming blink and silence into 4. This game is looking over.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way for them to come back. There's no damage. Not enough. They can't even survive the overwhelming blink of Night Stalker.
And you asked what that Night Stalker do though. This is exactly what it do. Baba plays this to perfection. And with that, RVRC, they're looking to take away game number 1 of the finals. There's a buyback from the Gyro, but I don't think Rip Rap can keep them off for long. Just a series of unfortunate events, how fast it all crumbles away. From the side of USP, it looks so promising, but outmaneuvered and out-executed and just outplayed. RVRC take game 1 of the grand finals. What a game.
What a game. I mean, we were talking about what is with the Night Stalker bans yesterday, and I think we know what it's about now. Hey,
Yeah?
hey, Leonidas. Hey,
Hey?
or is it just gonna be Boo Boo bans, Baba bans? I mean,
Baba Mess. I mean, okay, wait, let me see whether I can, okay, let's see if I can change this. Yeah, okay, let's go to the scoreboard real quick as I edit some stuff. Okay, Grand Finals BO5 RVRC versus USP, and we are going to a second. Okay, here we go. Okay, so hang on. Did I mess up? The hell? Okay, wait, give me a sec. Yeah, hang on, sorry, just maneuvering some. Yeah, a bit of a choke coming out there from USP. I feel like they had it in the bag, but kind of getting fumbled out and caught out by by just the moves from RVRC, right? And Baba really executing to perfection, showing why this Night Stalker is banned. That's just painful, man. Let's take a look at the graphs. Yeah, look at that. They finally clinched an advantage after such a shaky, like, early to mid game, and they're looking good. Excel has the water park going, and just look at that change in goal, just straight up the other way. That's gotta hurt.
They couldn't get the siege on the high ground. I think it really all started going downhill the moment that Titanic died. They just couldn't get.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's pretty painful to watch, but we're waiting for the announcement on when the next game will be. Now, I'm not sure whether they're gonna go straight into the next match. We have to see whether the lobby's available though. Yeah.
Back in.
Yeah, but that is it for game number 1, of course. What an exciting game to start us off with, our Grand Water. Ooh, thank you too. Yeah, I'm gonna go grab some water, but for now we will go for a short break, I think. Are we going for a short break? I don't know.
I'm about to bust on my table, come on.
Alright, relax. What the hell? Jeez. Why do you. Then people are spamming drink waters, yeah.
Hey, you want some of my water?
Absolutely not, Jerry. Shut the hell up.
Dude, I'm just offering. Don't want, just say you don't want.
They're spamming drink waters, yeah. I literally need to chill water. Okay, hang on. Let me take a short break then.
Yeah, I'm okay, quick.
Okay, we're going for a short break. We'll be back in a bit. I'm going to go for a break screen. Let me see whether I can get my timer. Where is my timer? There it is. There it is. Damn, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm gonna fucking get water bottle, I reckon. Hang on, let me. Where's snacks? There we go. What time is it? Are we going for let's go 4 minutes. It's gonna be 7 soon.